Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, I call it fireworks ahead because we've got 5 out of the 7 Magnificent 7 reporting this week. And tucked in between, we've got a Fed meeting. All right, we're going to take a look at the S&P 500 today and check in on a couple of key indicators, take a look at the semiconductors, and then take a look at a couple of these Magnificent 7. Okay, the Dow Industrials up 246 points 3 weeks in a row, continues to push to the upside. The S&P 500 up 51.16 3 weeks in a row, and the NASDAQ 100 was up 107, and it is also pushing for the third week. Now we're getting a little divergence in here on the NASDAQ 100. On a couple of the components, indicators, not quite so much on the S&P or the Dow Industrials. So let's take a look at the, I wanted to show the industrials versus the transports. Transports had a good week this week also, up 308.78, 2 weeks in a row. So all of a sudden, they look like they've got everything starting to align to the upside, although I've got the 10, the 21, the 55, the same moving averages that I keep on the daily chart. I just put them right on the weekly. And so far, they're all aligned to the upside, but we don't have the 21-week rising like we've got over here with the Dow Industrials. All 3 of these are rising, so they look pretty strong. So right now, let's go back, take a look at the home page. And I've got the semiconductors up here. Let's just go ahead and start with that. They were down 1656 on Friday. Pretty good little move to the downside here. And when you look at the week, down $3.46, a potential reversal type candle. And yeah, we've got divergence showing up, at least on the RSI. We're not seeing it on DI+. We are seeing it on DI-. And it shows up a little bit clearer over here on the daily bars. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you definitely see the divergence showing up on DI plus and on DI minus and on the RSI over here. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this continue to pull back a little bit more at least. I mean, this looks right in here like a wave 1. It's very similar to what I'm seeing on the S&P. So let's just go there. Let's take a look at the SPX. So here's the moving average view, down $3.19. It's kind of just a little pause type day on Friday, just a little doji type candle, and then 51.16 on the week. Now the Elliott Wave picture that we've got is this. Okay, it says that we are in a B wave, an A, B, and then expecting a C when this is finished. So right now we're looking at this and I'm saying, okay, this is a complex WXY combination of 2 zigzags. And actually this first W was another complex within that. Okay, so right now I'm looking for this zigzag to finish off. So when I look at B versus A in a flat, so let's look at these ratios right here. I'm expecting the first target that I've got is up here 123.6% of A. Okay, so many times when you have a B wave, it'll push up beyond the beginning of A, which is this high right over here in January of 22, and push to 123.6 or 138.2. So we're talking 5,200 to 5,450 if this continues to push. Now, those are 2 targets based on B versus A. Now, when I look at within that Y wave here, okay, the ABC, then we look for some Fibonacci relationships of C versus A. Well, 61.8% gets real close to clustering in here around the 5,200. And C equaling A is very close to where the 138 is. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when we get up into this territory in here around 5200, and what does the wave structure look like between now and then? Okay, so that's what we're looking at. That's the weekly view. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay, so here's the daily view, and I've got this as A, B, and if I drill down a little bit, take a look at the 130-minute time frame. Right now, I've got this looking like this. Now, the real question is this minute wave 3 done? I think it is, and so I'm still expecting a little more pullback for wave 4, expecting this to pull back into this area right in here. And then we go off and take another leg to the upside, okay? And, given that 3 is greater than 1, let's just take a look. 3 versus 1, 161.8%. That's my initial target on a wave 3. And given that, wave 5 can do anything. Now that wave 3 is not the shortest wave, wave 5 can be a short wave, it can be a long wave, it can extend. So we'll just have to watch and see what do we get as we continue to push higher in here. And again, I've got these targets that I'm looking at. Okay, so we talked about the S&P. We talked about the SOX. Let's take a look at a couple of indicators. So the VIX, everybody's always looking at the VIX. Let's pull this up right here. So really, the picture out of the VIX, down 19 cents on Friday, down 4 cents for the week. It's really one of being very subdued. You just, every time it tries to get a little head of steam to it, it just peters out. There's just no momentum to the upside on the VIX right now. When we take a look at the high yield bond fund, HYG, it's somewhat saying risk on. When you look at it's up for the week, up 46 cents. Okay. For the day on Friday, down 6 cents. But since December 27, we've done nothing but just oscillate sideways. We're just kind of compressing in here. This looks like a little triangle. Okay. So it's going to be interesting. Do we continue to break out of this triangle and continue to say risk on with what we're expecting in the market still? Okay, so I think it looks like the market's got a little more to come. We'll see what kind of fireworks we get this week. Okay, let's talk about the Magnificent Seven. So before I show that picture, we had Tesla reporting last week, right? We had Netflix also. And we're not really putting Netflix in the Magnificent Seven, but it is one of the big cap stocks. What I want to do is just show you, what kind of reaction are we going to get, this coming week. So Netflix on a weekly and on the daily here, it was trending to the upside. And the explosion on earnings came to the upside. Tesla, on the other hand, was trending to the downside, and the explosion came with the trend. So it's going to be real interesting to see what do we get this coming week. Now, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft, they're all trending. These are daily charts. They're all trending fairly well. Now, a couple of these, I think it was Amazon, is getting some divergence kicking in. We'll have to see. But, Apple, it does, to me, is a question mark on Apple, because it almost looks like when you look at the 7, here's Tesla down here, this looks like it's a little more vulnerable. We'll see. Okay, we'll see what happens. So we've got Google and Microsoft, I say Google, Alphabet and Microsoft on Tuesday. We got the Fed meeting starting on Tuesday and ending on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have Apple, Amazon, and Meta. So again, fireworks ahead. All right, everyone, that's it for today. If you felt like the video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, hit that little subscriber button. And if you'd like more of this information on a regular basis, head on over to joehenches.net check out the website, check out the membership. Everyone have a great week. We'll talk to you on the next video.